Man shot and killed in Clarendon was a suspect in Cherry Tree massacre. The security forces have confirmed that the man who was fatally shot in Clarendon yesterday is suspected of being one of the shooters in last Sunday's mass killing in Cherry Tree Lane, Clarendon. The man, identified as Steve Smith, otherwise called Ticker or Flybrain, was fatally shot Wednesday afternoon during a targeted operation by members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force Fugitive Apprehensive Team and the Clarendon Operational Support Unit in Osborne Store, Clarendon. He was reportedly suspected of being involved in numerous contract-related killings and other serious and illicit activities in Clarendon and other parishes. 5 people apprehended in relation to Sunday's mass shooting on Cherry Tree Lane. At least 5 people have been apprehended in relation to Sunday's deadly mass shooting in Clarendon. Acting Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey made the announcement during a press conference. He said 1 person surrendered to the police following the incident, in which 17 people were shot, 8 fatally. He noted that a gun was also seized. The acting commissioner said the mass shooting is linked to at least 6 other incidents in the parish. ACP Bailey explained that Sunday's incident stemmed from conflict among Jamaicans who migrated. He said illegal obtained gains led to the feud.
We have since seized an illegal firearm and have apprehended at least 5 persons. In fact, 1 person turned himself in yesterday. We continue to work tirelessly to uncover the truth and ensure that those responsible are held accountable under the rule of law. These incidents include a quadruple murder in Havana Heights in 2021, a murder committed on April 21st, 2024, and a subsequent shooting and arson that was committed on April 25 in West Park. The other incidents include a murder that was committed on April 29 in the Cherry Tree Lane, a murder that was committed on May 11 along Fogar Road, Maypen, as well as a murder that was committed on May 15 in Yorktown. These individuals, who once were friends in Jamaica, had a falling out in the United States over illegal obtained gains, leading to each taking homicidal contracts to incite fear and terror. Criminal actors in prisons were contacted to facilitate these contracts through their criminal networks, resulting in the senseless bloodshed here in Jamaica.
25 million fund established for tips on Clarendon mass shooting. The government has established a 25 million fund to encourage the provision of information or intelligence that could assist in the investigation, particularly in leading to the arrest or charges of anyone involved in the mass killing of 8 people in the Cherry Tree Lane community in 4 Parts, Clarendon on Sunday. Prime Minister Under Holness announced the fund during a press conference at the office of the Prime Minister on Wednesday morning. Describing Sunday's shooting as an act of terror that must be addressed as such, the Prime Minister stated, one of the strategies to erode the gangs is to create an environment where citizens provide information. It isn't information that is going to destroy the network of the gangs and remove the space for gangs to operate in the community. The fund will be managed by the Minister of National Security with a specific focus on Sunday's violent incident. Out of the 25 million, 6 million is allocated for credible information and intelligence that leads to the arrest and charging of any suspects involving in the killing, with up to 1 million available per person. An additional 5 million is set aside for information that aids in the investigation, arrest, and charging of those who facilitated the crime, up to 1.5 million per person. We are particularly interested in the facilitators and organizers. The facilitators, those who provided the weapons or gave access to the weapons and ammunition, access to the motor vehicle, organized, made the telephone calls, made the connections. We are particularly interested in those persons, Holness noted. He further explained that 4 million is allocated for information leading to the recovery of the firearms used in the killings, while another 5 million is dedicated to securing evidence against the gangs involved in the operation. Finally, 5 million is allocated for information leading to the arrest and charging of anyone harboring the criminal gangs or their associates, with up to $800,000 available per person identified. This is a 25 million fund that is aimed at increasing the space at which information is flowing in from the investigation, Holness noted. Information that could assist in the investigation can be provided via Crime Stop at 311, the Police Emergency Number 119, the National Intelligence Bureau Tip Line 811, 888 Mocha Tip, that's 888-662-2847, or the Jamaica Defense Force Tip Line at 876-837-8888. The Prime Minister emphasized that any other method of submitting information is acceptable as long as it is forwarded to the Ministry of National Security with the relevant details.
The fund is in the Ministry of National Security, and it is focused primarily on this incident. We will provide $6 million Jamaican dollars for information, credible information, and intelligence leading to the arrest and charge of any suspect involved in the killing, particularly those who were involved in pulling the trigger. And that is up to a maximum amount of $1 million per person. Secondly, we will provide $5 million for information aiding in the investigation, arrest, and charge of facilitators of this criminal act, up to a maximum of $1.5 million per person. We will give a reward for the provision of information and intelligence leading to the recovery of the firearms that were involved in this killing. And we will provide $5 million for the supply of information and intelligence resulting in the securing of evidence, any form of evidence, against the gangs that were involved in this operation. Lastly, we will provide a fund of $5 million leading to the arrest and charge for anyone harboring the criminal gangs or their associates, a maximum of $800,000 per person identified. So this is a $25 million fund that is aimed at increasing the pace at which information is flowing in for the investigation.
Voss demands detailed report from JPS about status of electricity restoration. Energy Minister Darrell Voss has written to the Jamaica Public Service Company JPS requesting a comprehensive report detailing the status of electricity restoration by a community and parish across Jamaica following the passage of Hurricane Beryl on July 3rd. The letter dated August 12, 2024 was sent to the President and Chief Executive Officer CEO of JPS Hugh Grant on the date that the Office of the Utilities Regulation or has given the utility company as a deadline to restore power to all customers who have been affected by the hurricane. My latest correspondence to the JPS was prompted by what I am on record as stating, "It's totally unacceptable pace of restoration to some customers and the dismal performance in terms of ability to meet agreed timelines," Voss commented. The minister stated on Tuesday that information garnered from JPS will assist in evaluating overall recovery efforts. The minister had also written to the OR requesting that it asks that JPS to provide a detailed account of the compassionate measures to be implemented for customers whose electricity service was not restored within the communicated timelines. In response to the Office of the Utilities Regulation August 12 deadline, JPS had said that it would comply, but sections of St. Elizabeth would not receive power until August 31, as some of its network needed to be rebuilt. Given that JPS has not met those restoration deadlines, the Ministry anticipates an extension of service disconnection or penalties for all affected customers. The OR is also requesting to ensure that JPS immediately publishes update restoration timelines, Minister Voss said in his letter to the leadership of the regulatory body. He also insisted that JPS accurately communicate with the public concerning restoration timelines so customers may plan accordingly. JPS needs to come and explain to the customers what is the schedule for the restoration between now and August 31st, and the OR needs to tell Jamaica and the JPS customers what is the situation in relation to the timelines, and if they are going to be sanctioned on the JPS, and if so, what are the sanctions and what they are going to do with the fines and the money that is received from JPS to assist the suffering customers, stated Voss. He vowed that he will not relent until every customer has their electricity service restored. He further insists that customers who have been without electricity service be treated fairly and with compassion by the JPS. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.